Hey guys, real quick, let's talk about yesterday's 5 out of 6 DEVISE clearance, which occurred at about 3:45 p.m. So divergence, really we don't even need to look at that chart on the left today, or the one on the right. We're just going to focus on the footprint chart because it tells us everything we need to see for this particular trade. So the levels is at 60.75 today. That is just SPX 60.50. That's where that level comes from. So today it's at 75. So these levels are from today. So just focus on, uh, think of that 60.75 as 60.76 yesterday. I know 1 point doesn't make a difference. So anyways, I digress. So as we went into that level, you saw the divergence. Remember, DEVISE, DEVISE. So D, the divergence, the cumulative volume delta, CVD, diverged when it made a lower high, making a higher low as price made a lower low. So that's a divergence. Exhaustion. You saw aggressive selling occur as price pierced that 60.76 level. There was then a burst of volume, yet price did not follow through lower. That's the E. Volume, V. Price then pushed back aggressively as confirmed by the delta gradient. Those green blocks you see there, and eventually a 4-bar fractal on the footprint chart. In the newsletter, retailtrading.com, master.substack.com, I did a screenshot of exactly what a 4-bar fractal is. But basically, it's when the close of the current bar is higher than the high of the previous bar. So let's focus on this area here. So that fourth bar being this bar here, the fourth bar, or excuse me, we'll call this bar 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So the close of that current bar 1, it's higher than the high of the previous bar. The close of that bar 1 is also higher than the high of the bar 3 bars back, fourth bar, and then finally, when you make that higher high, you have the confirmation, and that's what a 4-bar fractal is. So you have that delta gradient, those green blocks, after these solid red blocks pushing out, and that's the exhaustion followed by the V volume aggression, and then initiation, which is simply when price rejects that level by about 0.25 n, so about 3 points. A nice perfect entry with that higher high there as well. So S is for sponge. Absorption occurs when price pauses in an area of high liquidity. In this case, a bullish sponge occurred as buyers reinforced the offer, showing price was uninterested in further downside. We saw this in the form of a tight cluster of price candles as well. And finally, excess, you see that with the wicks here. I'm not including this in yesterday's DEVISE clearance due to price's proximity to the POC. That is not excess. In fact, that is the very middle of the profile, so we're not including that, but just identifying what excess looks like. It's when volume tapers. So you can see at the bottom there, you had that burst of volume, about 99.26, 10.4 starts to taper. You make that higher high in that lower volume, and then you also have the wicks. But again, I'm omitting this part of it because I do not consider anything near the POC excess. But when you see wicks like that, that is often signifies potential excess there. So that's what we got for the DEVISE clearance. I'm going to ship the newsletter here shortly, and I'm going to be trading on the live stream trading floor shortly as well.